Close Detroit Lions GM Bob Quinn recently said there are 5 or 6 guys he thinks could be on the board when the team is on the clock at no. 20. Dave Birkett tries to identify those players. Video by Marlowe Alter, Detroit Free Press. WochitThis is the 5th installment in a 7-part series previewing positions in this year's NFL Draft. Part 1, Quarterbacks Part 2, Wide Receivers, Tight Ends Part 3, Running Backs Part 4, Defensive lineOffensive in the Detroit Lions roster, O.T. Taylor Decker, Rick Wagner, Corey Robinson, Brian Mahalik, Dan Skipper, Og T.J. Lang, Kenny Wiggins, Joe Dahl, C. Graham Glasgow, Wesley Johnson, Leo Koloamatangi. Needs. The Lions have made heavy investments in the offensive line in each of Bob Quinn's first 2 seasons as general manager, but there's still room for an addition to the interior of the line in this week's draft. 4 starters return with Taylor Decker and Rick Wagner locked into starting tackle spots, T.J. Lang at right guard, and Graham Glasgow capable of playing either right guard or center. Glasgow is penciled in at center for now, with Kenny Wiggins and Joe Dahl vying for the other starting job. 2016, pick 16, Taylor Decker, defensive tackle, Ohio State. Photo, Charles Rexar Bogost, AP, given Quinn's obsession with the trenches. He drafted Decker, Glasgow and Dahl in 2016, and spent big money on Lang and Wagner a year later. It wouldn't be a shock to see the Lions spend a high pick on an interior lineman. The right player could start at center or guard as a rookie, though that's far from the Lions' most pressing need, and it should be noted that all 6 linemen in contention for starting jobs are signed through the 2019 season. The Lions clearly think their line is better than it played last year, when injuries and inconsistent play led to 11 different starting combinations in 16 games. At a minimum, they're expected to come away with a depth piece, and they showed heavy interest in the pre-draft process in backup tackles. None of Corey Robinson, Brian Mahalik or Dan Skipper has distinguished himself as an NFL player so far. Both Robinson and Mahalik are in the last year of their contracts, and Decker and Wagner missed time with injuries last season. Top 3 OT prospects. 1. Mike McGlinchey, Notre Dame. 2. Colton Miller, UCLA. 3. Isaiah Wynn, Georgia. Other players with Michigan ties, Chukso Okorafor, Western Michigan. Day 3 prospect who could interest the Lions, Elijah Nkansa, Toledo. Ohio State Buckeyes offensive lineman Billy Price, 54, blocks during the first quarter against the Illinois Fighting Illini at Ohio Stadium. Photo, Joseph Majorana, Joe Majorana. USA Today Sports. Top 3 OG prospects. 1. Quentin Nelson, Notre Dame. 2. Will Hernandez, UTEP. 3. Austin Corbett, Nevada. Other players with Michigan ties, Monday 3 prospect who could interest the Lions, Matt Gono, Wesley. Top 3 C prospects. 1. Billy Price, Ohio State. 2. James Daniels, Iowa. 3. Frank Ragnow, Arkansas. Other players with Michigan ties, Mason Cole, Michigan, Brian Allen, Michigan State. Day 3 prospect who could interest the Lions, Bradley Bozeman, Alabama. Iowa's James Daniels, 78, warms up before taking on North Texas at Kinnick Stadium on Saturday, Sept. 16, 2017, in Iowa City. Photo, Brian Powers, The Register. Draft this. While most draftniks consider this a down year for offensive tackles, Quinn said last week that offensive line is deep in talent without distinguishing between the tackle and interior spots. Up top, there are no offensive tackles worthy of top 15 picks, and it's a stretch to see more than 2, if that, go in the first round. Notre Dame's McGlinchey projects best as a right tackle in the NFL, and he's overshadowed in the draft by his former teammate Nelson, who's one of the better guard prospects to come out of school in the last decade. UCLA's Miller is a giant at nearly 6 feet 9, but he was inconsistent in college. Wynn played tackle at Georgia, and most project him as an interior lineman in the NFL. But he has long enough arms at nearly 34 inches that he could stay outside. The Lions brought several mid- to late-round linemen in on pre-draft visits, including Louisville's Garon Christian, Oklahoma's Orlando Brown and Wesley's Matt Gono. Brown is a mammoth prospect at nearly 6 feet 8 and 345 pounds, but he doesn't move well and might be a right tackle only in the NFL. Christian is an interesting prospect as he played both tackle spots for the Cardinal and left school early after his true junior season. Toledo's Elijah Nkansa took part in the Lions' local workout day. WMU's Okorafor is a mid-round talent who's a better athlete than football player for now, and late-round Pitt prospect Jared Jones-Smith has an 88-inch wingspan, the same as NBA player Dwight Howard. Photo, The Associated Press. Nelson is a probable top 10 pick, and there are a number of other prospects in a top-heavy interior line class that should gone by early in the 3rd round. Hernandez is a plug-and-play prospect who started 4 years for UTEP at left guard. Corbett was a tackle in college but should move inside in the NFL. Daniels and Price are 1 and 1A at center, though Price could fall down a peg after he tore his pectoral muscle bench pressing at the combine. Recent Lions draft picks at OT: 2017 Nunn, 2016 Taylor Decker, 1st round, 2015 Corey Robinson, 7th round. 2017 Nunn, 2016 Joe Dahl, 5th round, 2015 Laken Tomlinson, 1st round. 2017 Nunn, 2016 Graham Glasgow, 3rd round, 2015 Nunn. Contact Dave Birkett, dbirkett at freepress.com. Follow him on Twitter at Dave Birkett. Download our Lions Extra app for free on Apple and